Okay, we're gonna talk about this washcloth conversation. And I want to pretext it with like, I'll include a link in the description box that's not actually to commentary about what the comedians or the commentator said, but it's like literally listening to them and then also listening to them react to it go viral. But I first want to start with saying like, I'm not sponsored by this, but I actually love this place. It's called like Buff City Soap. Um, I've got peach mimosa here, and I've got lemongrass eucalyptus. One of my favorite bars. I can't even remember what it's called, but people might be wondering like what I use. I put there's a bar of soap in this, and then it's like a little scrubber thing, and then obviously just like a pretty typical loofah. So, oh, it's so wet. Shit. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I personally use, but like this is a washcloth. I definitely have washcloths around. I use them for different reasons. Like so in the morning when I wake up I usually have like sleep in my eyes. So I have a face wash. I go like this and I wash the sleep out of my eyes, and then I always use like the washcloth to just kind of do that and get the water out. So that's what I currently use washcloths for. And then I also have I there was some conversation about hygiene that I thought were interesting, so I'll just kind of talk about that for a moment. Like one thing I typically do, especially when I'm like on my period or something, I have I am a single person, so like all of my soap is just like my soap, and I really enjoy like bars of soap a lot. But I have it's just like a personal cup. It's kind of about this size, but I keep it next to my toilet. And then what I do is I just like fill it up with like warmer water. I usually do this like twice a day. I would say like in the morning and then at night. But I'll like kind of like take, especially like I do this all the time, like after I poo. So it's if you had, what are those toilets, like a bidet? Kind of does this too, but like basically like after I poo I just um lather up. I fill up a cup of water with like warm water, and then I dip, like I have a particular bar of soap that's like right by my toilet, and I like dip it in the water, and then I like lather up like my bum, and then I just like it gets like really soapy, and then I just take the water and just kind of like pour it, and then I do that like 2 or 3 times, and then I have like my drying towel that's like right by my shower, and I just like dry it off, and then I continue on with my day. So um like that's how I used to use like baby wipes, and then I just felt like they were just like not economical because like I'm an adult, I can wash my own ass. So I just do that. Yeah. Anyway, but I thought the conversation around the washcloths and washcloths are for poor people. And then it was like, okay, washcloths are for black people. I don't know. I think that in the same way of like, I think hygiene overall is like an interesting topic, which definitely can be coded and racialized, but it doesn't really like have to be. I think that people who are not washing their legs and are not washing their feet, probably consider washing your feet and your legs. It's kind of gross if you're just walking around, just not doing that. It's kind of gross. And I think that the purpose of washcloths is like exfoliating. So if you have a loofah and or a scrubby or something, and then you're getting all those, because like cells turn over and they will eventually come off. And there are certain parts of your body, like under your armpits, like all the crevices, right? Like behind your ears, like this is one. Like your belly button would be like another one. Your butt, like your toes, all of those things. In between your hands, if you're washing your hands a lot, you'll kind of get it. But soap, with soap and water, if you are doing like a lathering thing and you get it on any particular part of your body, because it is made of like fat, I think it's like human or animal fat, then it combines with the like natural oils that are already on your skin, and then it will get up like dirt and bacteria and grime that you will accumulate over the day, especially like if you are like when you're sweating, or if you're like just really just being out, or if you like step in something, or if you have an accident, like if you're on your period, all things like that where you have like external things in the world, you know, that are hitting your skin, you need to take care of it. And so soap and water, normal part of like adulting. And if you don't wash, you will stink. If you don't wash, you'll stink. There are people who stink. So I was having a conversation today with my coworkers about this, and we were trying to understand, like, oh, so is it a black people thing? Is it like a poor people thing? Like, what is it? I saw some comments that were like, I've come across some black people who just smell obtrusively of soap, you know, and that's true. A lot of poor black people like overemphasize this like need to be clean. Um, and then there are other people who had worked in like, you know, cleaning before, and this is a very common thing that you'll notice in terms of wealth. Like the wealthier people get, the dirtier they tend to be because they just have like maids to clean shit up. So you'll see it all the time, like people who grew up in poor households are like super clean, like I don't know, maybe because their parents were house cleaners or something. And then people who grow up wealthier tend to be a little bit more messy. Like as you grow up in the adult world, you will notice that. And then there's like people who are like in the middle, kind of clean, kind of messy, kind of. I feel like that's me. I'm like in the middle, just because like my mom's like a clean freak and my brother was too, and they just got on my fucking nerves all the time, like, you know, asking you to clean things. You're just like, God, do you feel like you're filthy or something? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, there's no need for you to be like, are you sickly? Like, it's not like things are like remarkably dirty. Like, you know, if you have like shit places or something, yeah, maybe get some bleach, like clean that up so the bacteria is not sitting around. But if that's not the case, then like I'm not really sure. Like I have kittens and I have like that litter box. I have to fucking get in there and clean it. So sometimes if like I'll have to get in there and like actually get the poop out and change the litter and take shit out of the apartment. You know what I mean? Like that's a different thing. But like for every day, when you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, clean your toilets and stuff. But making this like overemphasis on like cleaning, I do think the washcloths can be kind of excessive. Like I don't know if that's a poor person thing. Like I personally use loofahs and that scrubby thing, or like depending on how I want to smell, I'll just actually take the bar of soap and I'll just like kind of just like lather up and just, you know, do this. Or if it's like if I'm in a rush, like if I got off of work and I'm trying to go somewhere else, what I'll do is I'll just like wash under my armpits and get the like deodorant off. And then I'll like use like a washcloth after I've washed it to like dry it off. And then, you know, I'll do that with like if I change underwear or something, then I'll like I already told you guys how I like that's so intimate how you wash your butt, right? But yeah, that's what I personally do. Um, but I also think there's something else that's kind of interesting. Like I think being internally clean is kind of another thing that people don't recognize. Like some people they just eat really shitty. So like they will not they will just eat a lot of processed shit like cheeses, processed things, right? And internally they will be like fucked up, and that comes out in your pores, so they will literally start to stink. That's why people are saying some people smell like hot dog butter, because they are legitimately eating hot dogs all day, and it's like, and then they smell like fucking hot dogs and it stinks. So like when they like their sheets will smell like that, like they will smell like that, their apartments will smell like that, because that's what. So another interesting thing, like people who exercise all the time and then they start to eat cleaner, like more produce and stuff, what will happen is like they will start to like smell better. You'll just smell cleaner because like your sweat won't be as like toxic. But like vegans, they don't, even when they sweat, they don't stink, if you've noticed that, because they don't have any of the like animal hormones from other animals leaking out. that's a whole thing that you could get into. But I think, personally, I think that there's a need for like animal products and fats and shit. But I think that there's also a need for like water and um like internal cleaning. What do I mean by that? Like the need to clean your digestive tract, like have maybe do like a fiber cleanse, especially with the American diet, because like the shit that people are eating is just so bad. So it's kind of like all of that at the same time. But I do think that the hygiene situation is like, it's an interesting talking point. Just wanted to share that.